Have you ever wondered why?
When?
How much?
What if?
Well, you're in luck, because you're listening to the Hypotheticast.
3 best buds.
On a mission.
To ask all the questions?
And get all the answers.
I was born with both guns blazing, and I do think I'm amazing. You got the dignity to feel a little about yourself. I don't care what your preacher says. I got my own vicious ways. Only got one command and it goes, I'm killing it. I'm killing it. I'm killing it.
Yes.
Yes.
We are back. It is good to see all of you in your homes.
You all look so nice.
On the bus.
Did you know we can see you when you listen?
At the park.
Technology.
Yeah, that's just part of podcasts.
It's pretty cool.
It's part of the deal.
Yeah. Hi, I'm David.
I'm Emily.
I'm Mike.
And we're doing an episode of the Hypotheticast, 5th to last episode of the Hypotheticast ever.
Yeah, place your bets.
And our confession this episode is that we can see you. And we've been able to see you this whole time. Pretty weird. Sorry, but we should have told you. We didn't. And for that, we apologize.
Yeah.
I'm not sorry.
Oh, yeah, Emily's not sorry. I'm apologizing on behalf of the podcast, but Emily's Twitter account says my opinions do not reflect the opinions of the Hypotheticast.
Do either of you have a drone?
No.
No
A
drones?
drone?
Do you?
No.
I did have one for a while, but now I don't.
What happened?
Flew to
I don't want to
the
talk
sun.
about it.
Confess, Mike.
Thrown away?
You got it. One per episode. Everybody's got to confess
I
something.
mean, literally, I just gave it away because I didn't
what
need it.
what a dirty confession. Air it out, baby.
Because you didn't need it? Did you think you might need it when you got it?
Well, I just think drones are fun.
They are.
You know?
Yeah.
And I mean, that's when because we were just talking in my history class about, we're debating personal freedom versus collective security. And a good example of that right now is like, how much surveillance are you willing the government to do to keep us safe from the coronavirus? Because here in the US, they're not doing a whole lot. But in other countries where they've somewhat succeeded in controlling it, they're doing like massive drone surveillance, cell phone tracking, and that's the point where I would actually maybe have a problem with that if the government wanted to do that. Because I would be like, for me personally, not so worried about it, but for like the government to just suddenly have all that data on everyone.
Well, and it's like, so now they can do this. So like, what if there's another situation where they're like, well, let's just do this thing that we did during COVID.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway,
right.
we like to keep it real here
Makes
on the
you think.
Hypotheticast.
Really makes you think.
Did not forget, last episode we finished with They Do Not Seek from Goodness.
Yeah, what a dark story.
And
I was disturbed all week.
It was Bill who had tried to do a good deed, but then imagine he died.
Imagine.
Here's what happened. Bill, he lived on the 9th floor, and one day he decided to hang a bird feeder on his balcony.
What a good deed.
To reach the desired height.
Good deed.
I mean, I guess.
Come on,
It's
birds
nice
are
for
fine.
birds. to reach the
Not a
desired
good
height.
deed.
He couldn't think of anything better to stand on than a chair with wheels. The chair moved,
My
hit the
God.
balcony railing, and Bill fell off the 9th floor.
Okay, so Bill tried to do a good deed, but what
You're not
the
smart,
subtext
Bill.
here is Bill was a dum-dum that had bad taste in pets.
He had bad taste in deeds
Why pets?
and bad taste
Bird.
in things
Bird isn't his
to.
pet. They're just nature birds.
Oh, it's a feeder, not
It's
a bird
his,
cage.
it's his bad
Yeah.
taste in good
Nature.
deeds.
A bad taste in good. Yeah, that's not a good
not really
deed.
a good deed.
I mean, I
No,
guess
it's
it's more
really
of a good
not.
deed. I thought it was. Even though you said bird feeder, I pictured bird cage, and I was like, he's just hanging his own bird on the porch. That's not a good deed. What the hell?
Giving the birds some fresh air.
I am going to use the title "They Do Not Seek from Goodness" as
Actually, I was
a
just
novel.
going to say,
that I'm
I would
gonna
watch
write.
that movie
Yeah,
for sure.
They do not
No
seek from
kidding.
It's a good one.
goodness.
Wow. Thanks for making our lives just a little darker with that, Mike. I really appreciate that.
We should also tell people to send us some Would You Rathers.
Yeah.
Because our last episode is going to be full of Would You Rathers submitted by you, the listeners, the loves of our lives. So,
True. The whole episode, too, is just going to be that.
yeah.
Because we used to do that at the beginning of every episode, and we stopped doing it. And now we're going to do it all back, waterfall style.
Give them
everything.
to us.
Oh
This
my
is your
goodness.
chance to shine.
Yeah, this is your chance to shine.
It's literally probably the only one you're going to get. So.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh,
I mean,
I'm
what?
just-
Have you
I believe
seen
in you,
them?
listener. I believe in you and
If
your
you want to
dreams.
shine, you can shine any damn day you want.
Wow. It's like a song from the movie
That's my
Trolls.
motivational quote.
What are we doing today? today. What's going to happen now?
We're going to play a game that we did invent.
We did.
Called Would I Rather.
Would you?
I think maybe you invented it, David. I don't know.
It's hard
Basically,
to say.
it's just we say I would say, would I rather this or this? And then David and Mike have to pick what I would rather.
Yeah, we have to guess.
So it's about how well we know each other.
Yeah, which is usually pretty well, but sometimes we really, really flub it up.
Yeah, it's pretty embarrassing.
Pretty embarrassing. But we will keep score as always, and we will declare a winner and crown them.
Yep.
And the other two of us will bow down.
Oh my gosh, you guys, we can look back at our master points list from the arc of the whole show.
Because we've been keeping track the entire time.
And crowned the actual winner between the three of us.
The winner of the Hypotheticast. Because even though you don't know this, every podcast has a winner and losers.
Yep.
It's
the law.
A contest. Yeah.
I view it more as a nice collaboration.
Sounds like a loser.
Where we're all just having fun, and that's all that really matters.
Sounds like someone who doesn't want to take first place.
Maybe we grow together.
Yeah, like on
maybe
a podium.
we grow apart.
You could by fighting over who wins. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Do you want to do it?
Yeah.
I want to do it.
Who's going to start?
You know what? I am.
Did you write
Mike.
your own, David?
Yeah, I sure did, bud.
Of course you did.
Just like I always do.
I want to see what your last Would I Rather questions are like.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, they're pretty good.
Are they spicy?
Mike and Emily, would I rather, it's 3-pronged, so you get bonus points if you get this one right, because it's between 3 things, not just 2. Would I rather live in a houseboat like a cool animal from Wind in the Willows, live in a blimp like that cool explorer from the Pixar movie Up, or live in a hole underground like a cool hobbit from The Hobbit?
David, would you rathers can only have 2 options.
You're wrong. I just made one with 3.
You can't do that.
Houseboat.
You're going off the rails.
Houseboat.
Houseboat.
I think David would pick houseboat.
I think he's more like a Wind in the Willow.
Yeah, that's the houseboat.
Oh, what was the first one?
I'll read him
The
again.
Hobbit one?
Would I rather live in a houseboat like a cool animal from Wind in the Willows, blimp, or hole underground?
I think you want to live in a hole.
That's second place for me.
Hole is second place. Yeah, let's see if we can rank them correctly.
Definitely not a
Yeah.
blimp. Who would want to
Wait,
live in a blimp?
let's
If
do
that's
that.
David's answer, I'm
Let's
done
do
with
fuck, marry,
him.
kill.
It's not called
Kill the hole. Kill the hole.
What game is that? I don't know
What
that
game?
game.
I don't know that game.
Yeah.
We
hole.
both. What is it, David?
Okay, you guessed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was not clear.
Houseboat hole.
Wait.
What?
I'm guessing.
Houseboat hole? You want a hole in your houseboat that you can go in.
Houseboat hole. What is happening?
These are our answers. I said houseboat. Mike
see.
said hole.
I see.
And
okay,
if the answer is blimp, we're not friends with you anymore.
Yeah, and that makes sense because blimp is my number 3. Number 1 is hole. Number 2 is houseboat. Number 3 is blimp. So
Mike did it.
I do love a hole.
I read there was a great comic by one of my favorite cartoonists, Michael Kupperman, about, I will not do it justice, but it was about, there was like a law passed that you couldn't have sex parties on the ground, but they found a loophole and that you could have them in holes or in blimps. And so people would literally have party sex blimps, or then they would dig holes to have their sex parties.
I should have just made my would I rather that.
That's
great.
It's an incredibly bizarre cartoon. I love it.
Wow.
Emily, you want to go, or do you want me to do something over here?
You go, Mike.
Oh, okay.
You go, Mike.
Would I rather? I got a lot of options here. I'm using the good old Zobmondo Would You Rather cards because I didn't write my own. Oh yeah, this is a good one. Would I rather, while renovating my basement, come across 4 human skeletons or a large inhabited rat's nest?
4 human skeletons.
Yeah,
I think this one's really easy because a rat's nest is a problem that he has to solve. And the skeletons was kind of a problem that he has to solve, but a fun mystery.
A problem he has to solve. It's a problem someone else has to solve. He just needs to call them.
I mean, that's the rats too, to be fair. It's not like Mike's going to get in there and kill every rat.
But he's not going to have to pay people to solve the problem of the skeletons.
Maybe. Yeah, you're probably right. That's law enforcement's job.
Right.
Our taxes pay them to do that.
And if they're skeletons, that means that the flesh has rotted off.
True.
And that's like they're all still
There's
alive.
There's a lot of flesh on
nasty.
those rats, yeah. If the rats were skeletons of rats, I think maybe he would like that one.
That's true.
But since it's live and inhabited, I think 4 skeletons.
For sure.
4 skeletons. Yes, of course.
I pictured you pointing to a menu at a restaurant.
I'll have 4 skeletons,
please. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it's great. Like that's like a bonus. The rats is negative. The skeleton's bonus.
Plus
awesome.
there's skeleton. Like if it was bodies, then I would
Yes,
be worried that I might
that's
be
exactly-
accused. But if they're
Right.
skeletons, like I probably didn't have anything to
It
do with
was
that one.
far removed, and like it's probably an interesting
There's gotta
story,
be a
albeit
note
horrifying.
on the
it could be
ground
really
next
dark,
to 'em.
but like
Yeah.
at
But
least
like you could bring closure to people. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that would be so nice.
Probably the closest I'll get to seeing a ghost. So
Oh, Mike.
it's okay. Go
Believe
ahead.
in
You go
yourself.
ahead.
Oh, Mike.
Emily's making these up on the spot every
Yeah,
time.
we're all taking a different approach, and I really love that. Is I like spent days crafting mine.
Yeah, we are really.
And then
on it.
Mike was like, I'm going to draw these from this cool game. And Emily was like, I'm going to make them from inside my own damn mind right now, right in front of you.
Yep. Okay. I'm ready.
Ready?
Would I rather
This is so stressful.
eat? This is like how you feel watching improv.
Yeah, it is. I always say out loud, this is so stressful.
Would I rather every night for dinner for the rest of my life eat Olive Garden chicken Alfredo,
Ooh, specific.
fettuccine Alfredo, or the club sandwich from Chili's?
Do you get unlimited salad and breadsticks with the Olive Garden?
I get 2 breadsticks with the Olive Garden and a little bit of that wet salad.
Oh,
Yeah, the wet
call
salad.
it that.
They do put a lot of dressing on.
And I get
Wet
one
salad.
I get one basket of chips and the salsa that comes with it at Chili's from Chili's.
You don't want fries?
No, I get the fries too, but I'm just thinking about like free
It's
things
not
that
like-
just keep on
Yeah,
coming
Does
at the
Chili's give you
restaurant.
chips?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have been to Chili's one time, so I
There
don't
was
even
like
remember.
there was a deal. Like every Tuesday you got like half price margaritas or something. So I went to
Yeah.
a few of those. It was a long time ago. I'm not talking. It's fine. Shut
it's
up.
fine. What's not important
I'm
is
not
what you
gonna
get for
judge.
free at Chili's. But you are, I think I have another follow-up question actually is,
Please.
you are eating at these restaurants then?
No,
So-
I am eating
No.
wherever I happen to be eating dinner. So if
Okay.
I'm like out to dinner at a different restaurant, like on a date, I will still be
DoorDash it.
served one of those things. If I'm at my
That's
house,
amazing.
I don't know, either I am somehow magically given the skills to recreate those meals or someone comes over, like a chef from one of those restaurants comes over, makes me
love
that
that.
meal and puts it on the table.
That's
for
my
me.
favorite magic because that means that like everyone at that restaurant is like, hey, thanks for coming to this Applebee's. Oh, it looks like we've got a special today that's Olive Garden food. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll go get that for you. Like,
But it's
just
only
on the
for
menu,
me.
But it's just for you. Other
Yeah.
people try to order it. Can't.
Yep.
That's so cool. I think the club sandwich is a little bit more like an everyday meal, but this is every meal.
Every
Yeah, like,
dinner time.
Every dinner
to me,
time.
like pasta Alfredo is a very like
It's so reliable.
Like that's, but
Yeah.
it's dense. It's like a lot.
Right. Like I might not want to eat that
Like
every
a
night.
sandwich is like lighter, like wouldn't weigh on you as much.
It's a little less exciting, but it's also a lot more like every meal has to be this. Fine, whatever.
Plus, if like I know some people develop like dairy allergies later in life,
Yeah.
like
Or gluten
Would you
allergies.
say that?
It's true though.
and like
You're not
a
wrong.
sandwich you can pick apart. You can be like take the cheese
Yeah,
off
true.
if that's a problem.
So if something changes about Emily's
The
diet, there's a
meat
lot.
would be
And she
there.
said club sandwich.
I
And
love
there's a
club
lot going on
sandwich.
in a
There's
club
bacon.
sandwich.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little toothpick.
Yeah, the toothpick for there's no toothpick in
I
Alfredo.
think the sandwich.
Yeah, it's
too.
for the toothpick specifically.
Yeah.
Yep, sandwich.
Guys are both right. I thought the
Wow.
carbs cheese situation would throw you because I
Yeah.
talk all the time about how much I
Yeah,
love
but
those
every
things.
dinner,
Do
though, I
talk
don't
about
know.
that.
But no, you're
That was a
right. I
good
think
trick.
like I've grown up a little bit, and I think like a brick of Olive Garden
Grown up.
fettuccine
It is a
Alfredo
brick.
in my stomach
It's a
every
good
night.
way to talk about
It would be a
Yeah.
harder life,
It
just
would.
in general.
Yeah, it would.
Oh, what a!
It would just that would. I feel like there'd be a point where you'd be like, it would be like your like Sisyphean task.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
once again, I
It'd be
must
so
eat
bleak.
this pasta.
If it was a club sandwich, it would be boring, but I feel like I could just make the other 2 meals a day really
Yep.
exciting.
Yeah, because
So,
one meal a day being boring, you still got 2 others. That's
Yeah.
fun. Breakfast can
And it's
just
not, like,
become your new
actively
dinner.
hurting me.
It's great. No, I hope not. Unless you eat that toothpick. Stab, stab. Would I rather be stuck in an elevator with 4 strangers for a whole day, or stuck on a desert island with 4 friends for a whole year?
that's a tough one.
I think
Thank
island.
you.
I think David would see it as like an opportunity,
Yeah, no, I think an island
a
too.
desert opportunity.
I feel like
Desert power.
I feel like there's a part of David that really just wants to run off and start a little colony, a little society.
Yeah, that he is king of.
Yeah, that's the key.
David's obsessed with power.
Yeah, specifically like king-based power.
Yeah. Lord of the Daves.
I love crowns and I love thrones.
Yeah. No gods, no masters.
I would say a
Dave.
few years ago.
No gods, no masters, but kings, definitely.
David, yes.
I feel like a few years ago, I maybe would have guessed elevator.
Oh.
Just because you're good at talking to strangers and you like making new friends.
You know what? I mean, this isn't David, but for me, you just like, people are going to have to pee.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, it's going to.
And for even a year on a desert island, like you can still make a poop pit. And like you don't have to like worry about it.
I feel like everybody could hold their poop for a day.
You never know. Maybe somebody just ate a bunch of pasta Alfredo.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
They gotta go.
That plugs you up. That doesn't.
Well, but it's coming out
perfect.
eventually.
Yeah, a whole day.
Did you ever see that video?
The
guy was trapped for 3 days in an elevator.
No.
He was trapped over a whole.
Video of it?
Yeah, it's a surveillance video. He was trapped for a whole weekend.
Wow, that sucks.
He made it out. He didn't die.
So is the video? Did you watch the whole video?
It's like time lapse. I didn't watch a 3 day long video.
3 day long video. Hey, someone did. They had to cut it up. Someone watched it.
Oh wow. Okay.
Anyway, yeah, I just think the island. And also, here's the thing. In the nature of this choice, I mean, it sounds like they're going to only be there for a year. I mean, it does make you wonder about the nature of the question.
No,
but I mean, if you were given the choice, exactly. You would be like, well, I know I'm there for a year, but at least I know I'm only there for a year.
Yeah. And I think, he wants to get away from society.
Yeah, he does.
David hates society.
Island life, baby. Hey, guess what? You're wrong.
I
picked desert island specifically because that is not a biome in which I feel ready or equipped.
Fair.
I feel scared of deserts.
Yeah.
Not because I hate Egypt, Mike, but because
you're the one that said it. I didn't make that up.
I just love bringing it up. But because I feel like there is a better chance on a desert island that there like actually aren't enough resources for us to survive well, and that we might be like scraping by and eventually be forced to like eat each other. If it was like a big island with forests and shit, like whatever, I'm comfy. We'll figure it out. But if it's just like what I'm picturing as a desert island, that's too scary.
I kind of didn't think about the word desert very much.
Well, usually, like I think the phrase is deserted island.
I thought so too.
So it doesn't necessarily a desert,
but
it often is called desert island, even though I think it's just meant to be deserted.
Can an island be a desert?
Know. Probably.
I mean, there
know.
are little islands there, but I think mostly islands that would just be only sand.
Yeah, I don't
are
know
like
if that
mostly covered over.
Okay,
so I think the chance that there's at least some vegetation and maybe some animal life there is probable.
Yeah. But either way, I think that just sounds more stressful. Like you're right that I want to like move with 4 of my friends into the woods. That sounds nice. I would jump at that opportunity for a year to see how we could do it.
Enough time to plan.
Exactly. But being stranded in a place where I don't know where my resources are coming from, too scary. And I kind of do want to be trapped in an elevator with strangers for like a day.
Where would you pee?
Probably just out the crack.
That's what they usually do.
Yeah.
Out the crack.
I'm ready.
They do.
Let's go.
Like if you ever see like that, they like pry it open a little bit.
That's not an option for women.
Well,
I mean,
if you have one of those,
I guess it depends on how big the crack is.
Yeah, right. You can make the crack pretty big. You can make the crack pretty big.
You could probably find something you could take some plastic out of the lighting and like make it into a funnel.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Pee in that.
No, I like that. Yeah. See, now we're elevator sounds fun. And it's
let's
just a
do
day.
It.
Yeah, let's
go.
Let's do it.
Let's get trapped in an elevator.
I was helping someone move this weekend, and we were taking stuff down like a 3-story elevator and just having a couch on there. Still, part of me was a little paranoid. I was like, I don't want this elevator to break down with me in it. Okay, would I rather have to try to kill 3 wild rattlesnakes while I'm armed with only a bowling ball? Or sit still while thousands of honeybees form a beard on my face.
Honeybee beard. Bee beard.
We did this one. Well,
because
this one.
A bee beard
Mike,
was a part of
Would You Rather
we
talked about bee beards
in the
a long time ago.
Okay. But it was not, of course, these 2 things fitted against each other. It's very specific.
A bee beard because Mike doesn't want to get physically harmed or like poisoned. Mostly. And we all know that bee beards are possible without harm occurring.
Yeah, that can be.
And I think technically, really, chill. The key is just sitting,
just chilling, just hanging.
Rattlesnakes, they're terrifying. I don't know. There's some videos of them on the internet, and they scare me, even as someone who likes snakes. But like rattlesnakes, and
they gonna get you.
Yeah, they're scary. And so are cobras. And a bowling ball is just not efficient.
It's not a good weapon. I want to know how many pounds the bowling ball is, but it doesn't say.
Medium.
Medium pounds.
Medium weight.
It just wouldn't, like, you can't really move particularly fast with a bowling ball.
No, you
and
can't.
Rattlesnakes move fast.
Rattlesnakes, if they have one thing, it's probably their poison. And then two things, probably their rattle. But then the third thing, they're pretty fast. Like they've got at least three things about them. And that's a lot of things. Bees have one thing, buzz. So I think you want the bees. They have less things.
I think, yeah, you're right because I don't. And also another reason is in that scenario, I don't have to kill anything.
Yeah, right.
Aww.
Even though in the other scenario, because I love all animals, confession, I don't.
Oh, no, there it is. Yes.
But I still don't want to kill something if I don't have to. I would imagine that scenario, like I'm like cornered by these rattlesnakes and I'm not just going joy killing rattlesnakes. Like
who knows?
I like, they're coming for me. And I will tell you my strategy in that scenario though. Because like, bowling ball, a slow weapon against something pretty fast. What I would do is draw my face on the bowling ball and set it away.
And have it say, sting me.
Yeah. And then they would try to bite into the bowling ball. They'd be like, ow! And then I could go smack them.
I really did think you were going to give us a real strategy for a second there.
What do you mean?
That was a real strategy. I'm going to do that.
I'd like to hear you think of a better one.
I've got 3 rattlesnakes in my bedroom right now, and I can't figure out how to kill them with this bowling ball. I might just solve my problem.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Thanks, Emily.
Emily, you ready to make one up?
Make one.
Yep.
Make one for us.
I have half of one.
Tell us that half. We'll say the other half, and then we'll guess which one.
Okay. I have to choose between one of two things to make my living for the rest of my life. Okay. One of them is, and they're both influencer lives. Ooh. So I would be like making Instagrams and TikToks.
Okay.
One of them is cooking. I would be like a food, like cooking influencer. And the other is like crafts and like DIY.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Which influencer would you be?
Which influencer job would I pick?
It pays you make a living.
I make a living off of it, but I have to stick with that job. Like even if I could pivot eventually because of my success, I still have to be that.
The cost of success. Crafts or cooking. 2 things that Emily does a lot of already. I was worried that you were going to pick cooking and then something that you're like really good at. And I'm like, well, that's too easy. But you balanced it well.
I figured out the nuance of this game.
That's nice.
Over the years.
I think, here's what I'm going to say. Cooking.
What?
Because I feel like, I know you don't like to cook a lot right now, but I feel like you were an influence, like you would learn and you would be like, I can figure this out. And then like you'd make something that you knew how to make. And then you'd be like, I'll be a little more adventurous and it would help you challenge yourself. Yeah. And plus both of those are good, solid influencer things. Like it's not as annoying as just being an influencer who doesn't have a thing and is just like famous.
That's a good point.
So I feel like either one's good, but I do think the cooking one is a little more like functional. I don't know. I feel like you're just not a crafty person as much.
That's a tough one.
No offense. I hope that's not offensive. It's not meant to be.
Fuck you, Mike.
Oh, God. That's her first cross stitch. Fuck you, Mike. Hypotheticast merch, the last piece we'll ever make.
Well, I was thinking about that too, Mike. I was like, oh yeah, cooking would pay a lot more dividends. Like, because who doesn't benefit from knowing how to cook more things? Yeah. You know, everybody's life gets a little better if your food gets a little better. Yeah. But that's also true of crafts. If she skews practical and not just cutesy, then it's like Emily learns how to like sew and make clothes. Sure. And like that's awesome. Like that's super huge, especially for baby. Yeah. For if you have baby or child that gets bigger and you need more clothes.
Yeah.
So I still think I'm going to go cooking though, just because I do think that like,
because I said it.
Well, because I think it outweighs, because I like agreeing with you. No, because I think the benefits outweigh probably in Emily's life. The benefits of cooking would outweigh the benefits of crafting. And I think they're kind of neutral. The only variable here that I need to consider is cleanup time from the videos. If she's making these videos every day, that's a lot of fucking dishes. And a craft, you just like gluing 2 things together and then you're done.
That's all crafts are.
That's what crafts are, baby. I'm an influencer. So my guess is, I'm going to guess crafts just for fun. Just to be different. Sorry, Mike. Crafts.
You don't have to apologize to me.
Cooking is the correct answer. Yeah, I would hate both of them because it would be like if I'm going to be an influencer, I do want it to be just for my personality. So it's a bummer that I would have to like do work.
You could just have Tanner's hands behind you doing the cooking and you could just stand there.
I was imagining you just getting takeout and then like putting it in and be like, look at this.
So
the Instagram is just look at this.
I made it.
That's the whole thing.
So I would do the cooking for like the practical reason, but the workaround is that I feel like right now something that's becoming popular on like TikTok is like attainable stuff. So there's this TikToker named Emily Mariko, and she's just this like very normal seeming woman who lives in like a normal seeming apartment and like really likes making food, but it's not like super fancy techniques. It's like this is how you make this like basic like curry dish for yourself, or like today she did like a turkey thing, you know, like,
just like,
but it's just like so
stuff.
it's she's not in like a fancy kitchen with all these fancy tools, and so I imagine that like that would be less cleanup and less like frustrating, because cooking is frustrating to me.
I like that, just like making it work. Like here, it's me, a mom, just like trying to do her best.
Normcore influencing.
Normcore. Good.
Great.
I like that. I like that for you.
Anybody would like to sponsor me on Instagram, let me know.
But that would mean
Arby's vodka.
Honestly, I'll take it. Love those curly fries.
I'll take it.
Thank you for helping me to figure out what my new hobby is going to be once this podcast is over.
Cooking with Arby's vodka.
We can still meet at the same time. We'll just do your influencer videos.
We can light you and like write scripts and stuff. Like it'll be good. Yeah, I think it'll be good.
I'll yell at you if you get in the frame.
Yeah.
Is that something influencers do?
And I will. It's important.
I would.
You got it.
You would do it.
All right. Hey,
what's up?
Hey, thanks. Thanks for doing that.
Thank you.
That was good. I learned a lot about both of you.
I think everyone,
mostly myself.
You can submit would you rathers for our last episode, but you can also submit would I rathers, and we'll guess what you would rather.
Hey,
do.
that's fun. I
Listeners.
like that. I think that's a pretty good idea.
Would I rather? Would Mike rather?
Yeah. Would Santa rather? Remember
Santa rather? Did we do a whole episode based on that?
It was one of my favorites. One of my favorite episodes.
All over the place.
I love
We've
Santa
done it all.
so much.
Yeah,
so,
he's a guy.
We have one last little baby thing for you tonight. It's called No Questions Asked, and I believe Mike has something prepared.
Yeah, why not? So it's
okay.
another rattlesnake one.
Really?
Yeah,
it's from the category rattlesnake.
That's why I didn't use it before, but I like it. So, would you rather stick your hand into a sealed box of rattlesnakes, or stick your hand into a box with mysterious contents, but that makes a mechanical buzzing sound? Which one is it? Answer now.
Is this, would I rather or would you rather?
Me,
Mike,
you, and you, both.
Mike.
Both.
Okay, Mike would rather stick his hand into buzzing. I would rather stick my hand into the fucking snake pit, baby.
Buzzing for Mike and buzzing for me.
Wow.
Buzzing all around, except for David.
Snakes.
Jump in that snake box.
Music by Jaden James and the Hunger. Logo by Christian Hagen. Edited by David Gucci. If you want more of our hypothetical content, join our Facebook group, or like our posts on Twitter or Instagram, or give us some stars and a review on iTunes or wherever the heck you get your podcasts.
This is also like from Dune.
Yeah, I know. It's
Spoiler
would you rather
alert.
have a gum jabbar? No, that's the knife. That's not the box.
Oh, God.
Whatever. It's
Did you watch Dune, Emily?
This has too many Dune jokes. I have not seen Dune, and we already talked
Timothy
about
Chalamet
it.
has to put his hand in a box and
listening.
to test himself.
We had that at our nature center growing up.
Actually, I legit got scared about those. I was like, one of these times there's going to be a live animal in there,
I
and I'm
always
going to
wanted to do it,
out.
but then like it didn't matter what it was. I would hate it.
It was just like fur too.
Like, yes, it would be fur, but for some reason, even though I'd be like,
so
okay, it could
scary.
very possibly be fur, I'd still stick my hand in there, and the second I would feel fur, I would be like full body repulsion.
What's amazing is that they didn't change either. Like at least the ones that would like I did them, and then I was like, okay, I know what that is, and then I would go back and do them again.
Like
but
a couple months later,
just as terrifying.
Yep.
Even though I knew, this is the bear fur.
It was like a bone.
They could have changed it out.
They could have
changed it out.
And what was actually scary to me is I didn't think it was going to be a live animal, which I think was like in my mind just because there were a bunch of stuffed animals everywhere.
Totally.
I thought it was going to be someone that like grabbed my hand.